Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilk, and of course today we are talking about the raid, the Dragapult raid that just dropped in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, if this is your first time here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm sure we have more raids coming up for Scarlet and Violet, and I will be covering all of them here on the channel. Plus, we've got Legends ZA content and other content coming soon. So, let's go ahead and jump in here and talk about this. Now, first things first, I am going to have some fun with this. Since we just got Diancie over in Pokemon Legends ZA, I thought this would be a great time to use Diancie in a raid. Now, that isn't to say this is the only Pokemon you can use. This strategy we're going to use can be actually implemented with a number of different Pokemon in a number of different ways. But we're going to start here with Diancie and kind of move on from there. So, Diancie is a Rock Fairy type, which let's actually real quickly talk about the moves that are in play here. So, first things first, he does have the ability Curse Body. We got to do something about that. Second thing, he's got access to Dragon Darts, Shadow Ball, Acrobatics, and Flamethrower. With the additional moves Dragon Dance and Breaking Swipe. And Breaking Swipe, what that does is that it actually takes down any, if you, let's say, had Light Screen or Reflect Up, it would get rid of that. But we're not worried about any of that. And Dragon Dance and Breaking Swipe happen at weird intervals throughout the fight. Now, he will put the barrier up at 92% HP or time, whichever comes first. And he will use Dragon Dance right at the beginning at basically right out of the gate. At 86% time remaining, he will reset our stats. And considering some of the things of the buffing and all that we're going to do, we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's not going to be that big of a deal, though. He'll use Breaking Swipe a little bit later, and he'll reset our stats again at 55%, but again, not going to be that big of a deal. He will reset his own stats very late in the game and apply a Dragon Dance, but again, once we get there, you'll understand it's really not that big of a deal. So how are we combating this with Diancie? Well, number one, Diancie is a Rock Fairy type, so Diancie is going to completely disable Dragon Darts. Dragon Darts is not going to be a thing. Shadow Ball is on the table. Acrobatics is resisted, as is Flamethrower. So all of this is like a perfect scenario. I also used the Stellar Tera type, so that we keep all those base resistances. So really, Shadow Ball is the only move he's got that is going to... It does have Stab, but it is the only move he's got that's going to have any kind of basic attack power. Downside is Shadow Ball does have the ability to lower our stats. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, here's the fun part. We do have Clear Body, so it prevents other Pokemon's moves or abilities from lowering our stats. Very, very good, that. There is a weird caveat to that, and we'll discuss that in a moment. EV trading-wise, I've gone all in on Special Attack and HP. I did go Special Attack for her build. I think it's just going to be better all the way around for what we're going to wind up doing today. We do want Fairy-type moves. I could have gone Physical or I could have gone Special. In this case, I just went Special. Because moveset-wise, we've got Moonblast, which is a special attacking... special attacking fairy move, so it's going to be super effective, and it's a 95 power. Very good. We've got Calm Mind to increase our special attack stat, and also increases our special defense stat at the same time. Skill Swap. That's the big one. Before I get to that, let's talk about Charm. Charm is on here to harshly lower the attack stat and to take away some of the power in acrobatics. I don't think it's necessary in this build, but the reason I left it in here, if you've got other Pokemon that you're going to be using for this that maybe don't resist everything the way she does, you can use a move here that would essentially eliminate some of that threat. So I can open up with Charm and then do my skill swap, and that gives me a little bit of extra breathing room, a little bit less damage I'm taking. Now, if you want to apply this to a different Pokemon, keep in mind, that's our attacking move. That's our buffing move. Skill swap is skill swap, and that is our debuffing move, which we don't get a lot of time to debuff, but you'll see what I mean by when we get into the actual battle. So, attack, buff, skill swap, debuff. You can apply this to a number of different Pokemon out there. The big thing is you got to have skill swap or Worry Seed or Simple Beam or something that is going to remove the ability from your opponent, and you'll see why here in just a moment. But that is pretty much the build. So actually, let's just go ahead and get into it, shall we? All right. So as we hop in a battle here, oh, we have an Arcanine. That's fantastic. So what Arcanine's going to do is he's going to remove whatever threat was left from the physical attacks. I did do one slight change in the build here. And so I got rid of Charm and I put on Fake Tears just so we could do more damage. So we're going to open this up with a Fake Tears. That's fine. He's going to hit us with Shadow Ball. And all that's going to do is allow us to do a little bit more damage. So then we go ahead and we skill swap. We want to get that skill swap up before he puts up his barrier. Because after that barrier goes up, there's just no possible way. Now he'll put up the barrier. Now notice that we give him clear body. That means we cannot lower his stats anymore. But we already have that one move on him that lowers his stats. It'll be fine. So let's go ahead and do a Moonblast. Now, he will eliminate stat changes here in just a second. We can start buffing after that. We're not terribly worried at the moment. There we are. So, we'll do another Moonblast. After 3 Moonblasts, we can Terastallize. But I also want to start buffing, too. So, I'm going to build all this kind of like in its own strategy. Yeah, we're not worried about that. That's not going to affect us at all. And the nice part is with Cursed Body, there's an outside chance that we might actually remove his ability to use that attack. That's kind of the goal here. So I'm going to go ahead and call mine now. And the next attack will allow us to Terastallize afterwards. But I do want to start thinking about my buff strategy right now. Plus, this will increase our special defense, so it's kind of a win-win. I'm going to Cheer Heal because I don't like how low my health is. But trust me, once we start doing damage, we start doing major damage. All right. Hopefully we disable that. Yes! Perfect. Perfect. I can do another Calm Mind with relative ease now. Next turn, he will... Interesting. There's a handful of moves he can use. Interesting to me he chose that. Let's do a Moonblast. I think we have enough HP. Ooh, that was a gamble. All right. I'm not quite... We know we can survive this, but I want one more Calm Mind, but I can go ahead and do a Moonblast here. Shadow Ball comes back in I think, 1 or 2 more turns. So we want to be Terastallized, and we want to be producing damage before then. So here we go. Now, part of the reason Acrobatics isn't doing a huge amount of damage is because of Arcanine. Running this with an Intimidate Mon will reduce the amount of damage that his physical moves are doing. But running this with, obviously, my team means that I resist that move on top of it. So that move just does nothing in comparison. Here we go. And we'll hit him with the Moonblast now. Bam! There we go. So lowering his special defense at the beginning actually is working out better than lowering his attack. We're not as healthy as we were otherwise, but we are doing significantly more damage over time. So, and that's kind of what we need. in order to beat the clock. So, slight change of the build there, but it is what it is. And this Moonblast should break his barrier. And after that, we start Calm Minding again. Now, he will reset his own stats here in just a few minutes, but I would dare say now that his barrier is broken, he's not that much of a threat. All right, I'm going to Calm Mind. And keep in mind, we kept our Cursed Body. So, while he can lower our special defense, with Shadow Ball specifically, we also have the ability to maybe disable that. So, it's very nice. There we go. So after this, we should be doing an insane amount of damage. Ooh, look at that. Shadow Ball is gone again. So I want to see how much... I think we're buffed 3 times now. I think we're buffed 3 times. Okay. Unfortunately, that was the one thing I wasn't hoping to see, but that's okay. But the nice part is we can actually lower his stats again, although I don't think we'll need to. I think we're good. I can lower his special defense one more time now that we are over here, but we're fine. We are okay good. Yeah. This fight's over with. So if you don't necessarily have a Pokemon that resists as much as I do, use Charm instead to lower that attack stat, and make sure you run this with an Intimidate Pokemon. Obviously, i.e. Arcanine. What are you doing? Dude, it's like a month from the end of the match. What are you doing, my guy? Arcanine, Staraptor, Tauros are your 3 that can intimidate. Dragapult's about to pull some nonsense here, isn't he? Anyway, he's done. I just went with the other build here just to kind of expedite the process. But nevertheless, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Gives you a lot of options on the table. And like I said, you don't have to use the Inti. You have many, 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 many other options. That's just the strategy I went with. What do I do with the rest of these guys? I feel like I did the rest of them in Luxury Balls. We're going to do a Luxury Ball. There we go. Easy peasy. Let me know what y'all thought in the comments. As always, like, share, comment, all of them good things. Make sure you guys check out the second channel as well, Professor Pilt Collects, because we are going to be uploading probably episode number 2 of the 151 Grandmaster collection here very, very soon. Yes, it is a Grandmaster, and I hope to see y'all there. Catch you on the next one. Here and there. Wherever. Everywhere.